If you're already in the crypto market right now and you're thinking seriously about why this is the fact and how you can overcome those, then you need to know how many became millionaires in 2021. Remember, 2021 was not the biggest pops in a lot of assets. Still, these people moved into the millionaire status. 150,000 of them, which they are only focusing on Bitcoin and Ether. There is a lot of others holding a lot of different assets who reached that criteria. So I would say that would be 500,000 plus new people just in crypto. Now, if you understand that well enough, you know what's coming through. 74% of the people in the biggest economy of the world is saying they have stress about their finances. So at a time when you see this thing happening, what would you do? That means you're going to see massive inflow of cash into crypto market. As you see your neighbor becoming a millionaire, you'll be like, okay, how the hell did this guy make that money? That's going to be a genuine question, and there's going to be a lot of new money entering into the crypto market. It is not going to be a doubtful thing. That's where the SI family stands out. We talked you through all this from the initial point when the price were really low, and a lot of others were giving you the narrative of the downside. SI family was having the edge on all of this. Right now, when you go look at the price, it's easy to say, okay, we touched 39,000. But the real question is, how many of them actually told you there is a possibility like this? That's where I would argue that what stops you from reaching here is the real information in the market. If you can understand what the market is doing, if you can get an idea of where the market is going, then you can take an advantage of that thing. This doesn't actually sound a lot positive for the stock market, for sure. But that does sound a lot in positive for the crypto market. Let me explain. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. We went through a lot of these steps trying to break through each and everything when the price was a different area to give you guys the right idea by going back in history all the way possible to give you guys the best information as possible. When the price was still here consolidating, people had doubt, what are we doing? So just a while back, SI family was informed to look for this, 39,000. With a price structure which looked like this. And right now, when we go into the market, we understand, yes, that 760 plus members had an enormous advantage in this market. If you take your time and learn, now is the opportunity. This time, it won't be 500,000 people for sure. There's a lot of them who moved out of crypto because they believe that this is a scam, because they entered at the top and bought at the top. Very few who bought at the top are still here averaging down, and they will make money. They are going to be the group who will make the most out of it. Those who double down on different assets in the market, which has a lot of utility and a lot of upside potential, it is going to take over the market. You're watching everything evolving in front of us. So those who are holding on to XRP, this becomes the fact. Fundamentals, no other asset can compete with you. But for price, yes, they can. That's what you should know. You are XRP maxi, great. But you need to know, okay, this is your market cap. That's just a number for sure. The 24-hour volume right now is this, not 3 billion, 4 billion, 5 billion. Whereas Ether still stands at 8 billion. Bitcoin is 20, and Tether, there is like 32 billion in stable coin. We want that money to come in to the crypto market, to the alt market precisely, not just the stable coin side of things. So the first idea for you to look at is the basic charts. You need to start from the basics. If Bitcoin is about to break through this micro level and reach 40,000, I would say, okay, that's a resistance. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's going back down. That's a micro resistance on a 4-hour chart. Now you go on to a macro. You want to look for at least a long-term view, last couple of years at least, and see which trend line is acting as the toughest resistance. And I would argue, like, okay, we have something here which shows us, okay, this range should be acting as a resistance. It was a support which turned into a resistance, which means it's not only the micro resistance, it's coming close towards the macro resistance as well. So 42,000 is going to be our range. If it's me, I would personally look for Bitcoin to actually correct some and then consolidate some. So altcoins are going to move higher big time. I think big time. Not all of them, few, which are already trending higher, which are already showing you all those signals that I'm eagerly waiting to pop. That will pop. Now, what if you see that this channel is being obliterated to the upside? That means if you actually see a candle popping through like this, whoa, that's an $8,000, $10,000 pop in Bitcoin. That's possible. We cannot neglect that fact as well, because on the other end, people are watching that their purchasing power is being depreciated by the politicians, the central bankers, as much as they want. So now the only hope is the asset class which is going higher. It makes complete sense. Now, if you are that guy who says, SI, I have a hard time looking through this volatility, the noise is too much. Great, fine, zoom out, reduce the noise. We talked about just exactly this in yesterday's video, saying, guys, watch, we've consolidated here, we've made a local high. Yes, it is like this. It's giving you a fake sign I can go down. But usually the market does something like the 1, the 2, the 3. If that's what we are watching here, we cannot neglect that. We saw the exact same thing coming in, after which the price corrected or consolidated in a level. Now, are we going to do the exact same stuff? I really don't think so. We may actually do a consolidation like this. That's it. I don't think it's going to be a big range. I don't think it's going to be a long range. I think it is going to be a micro level. It still is significant. Why? Because during those times when Bitcoin consolidate like this, you will watch altcoins going crazy, altcoins going nuts. Now, remember, this is a new month. You have 30 days in front of you, which means this monthly candle is going to be one of the most important monthly candles, which we are going to watch. So you come back here and you're like, okay, last time it was Jan when we had the first pop. The next one was kind of slow. But the month which followed popped big time. The bottom was like 19,700. The top was 29,000. So it can do a 10,000 monthly candle. That's a big pop. So if it does, okay, have patience in the altcoins. Some of them are going to still grind higher as we are following all of them. We understand that. But not all of them are going to do that. So if you are trading in, out, jumping in, out, get an idea of what each assets are doing. Follow the macro. Don't catch the local top with high leverage. You will be kicked out. If an asset has already done extremely well over the last couple of weeks and you're jumping in now, maybe you're a little bit late, maybe you're not, but who knows, right? For that, consider the factor of safety. Don't put 10x leverage, guys. Don't do that. I'm surprised. Say some of them who are picking up an asset which has dropped, which is now showing a reversal signal and just breaking to the upside, when they put in a 10x, I'm like, okay, I wouldn't say that's crazy, but I would say your risk tolerance is higher. That's comparatively okay. You have downside support. But when an asset has already done that downside and it's already up, you shouldn't be doing that. Say, if you take that into the actual chart and then look for something, I would actually put in this. Say, look at this. This is Fitch. You're looking for this. So once an asset pops through like this, 8, 10, 20, 15x, whatever that count is, it won't be good. Look for the RSI. If the RSI is showing you a divergence here, from that point, putting in any of those big leverage is crazy. It's really crazy. Now, if you're like, okay, I'm using a 2x, I'm using a 3x, I'm not going more than that, then use a 3-day chart. Use a 3-day chart. This will give you a better odds. This will show you, okay, the price is still going up. This is exactly where that comes in. The RSI starts to collapse. But the price doesn't collapse much. It is staying still in that same territory. So that's like, okay, buyers are moving out. That's where you exit, not double down. So you don't want to catch the local top. See this, when the price goes down and it consolidates in one range and then breaks higher, okay, I wouldn't say no to a 10x trade. But for me, my risk tolerance for a 10x trade after 8 years in the market is not there. I understand whales are going to kick your butt. That usually happens. So I don't have the algorithm. I don't have a 10 million algorithm. I don't have that research and development group of mathematicians working with me to fight them. So what I do is I use my tools to my advantage. One of that is patience, which is easy. Everyone of you can have that. So if you're buying here with 5, 10x, good luck. Maybe you're going to perform well because you have everything else going in your direction, the trend, the pattern and all. But if you're buying here, the level of risk which you're taking is super high. Don't do that. Try to manage your risk, because if the market is about to go higher, go nuts, then you being kicked out here doesn't feel good. Those who bought here with high leverage were washed out and the market went up. So you were right. The price did go up, but the leverage you took kind of washed you out. So if you're buying spot, cool. You just need a little bit of patience and you're going to make it. Now, these are the assets which have done exponentially well. Say IOTA, a recent one, which started moving recently. We had all those calls set, the targets, all of that. So if we go on this, you kind of see something here. The price was going down. It consolidated in one pattern, a channel. Then it broke higher, retested and bounced. What do you think is happening? Yes, it will have a resistance for sure. But what is happening inside that territory? You have this, you break through that, you retest, you bounce. Great, you're going to come here, you'll get a resistance. But what's happening there? A change in trend. Look at the RSI. It was never in that overbought territory on a 3-day chart unless you go back all the way to 2021. That says you something. When you go on a weekly, it's clear that you are at a territory where you have been way back in 2021. So the amount of strength is increasing in a lot of different assets. But the big pop is not yet there. It's coming, I agree. But some of them who are already, inching their head into that overbought territory, they are going to pop. I can say that. Now, if you put that argument back to XRP, XLM, the payment tokens, you'd be like, we're pointing to the downside. It's not positive. So you'll have to slowly zoom in to see what the hell we are doing on a micro level. And we discussed about this. We are forming this pattern. A breakout here will push you higher. That should start the next move, but that's not the big pop. We're not looking at that now. So you can look at multiple assets in the payments industry to focus and better align yourself. You're like, okay, the daily is just starting to bounce off. The 3-day is still here. That's not bad deal. Actually, if you're a buyer, you're like, okay, SI, that looks great. I would agree. You buy at the support, you sell at the resistance. That's how you make money. Not the opposite. So if you have patience, you position yourself before the next pop. not in just one asset, not in just one segment, but in 2 or 3 of these market segments, which gives you an open exposure. That's why the SI family gets to have it. That's why we educate people on hundreds of different assets, showing this is AI, this is smart contracts, this is gaming, this is payments. You have different space, and the money is rotating in and out of that. So if you want to take advantage of that, look for the link Patreon in the description below in YouTube, or in the bio if you're watching this on Twitter. Now, if you've been watching this channel for some time and this particular video gave you some value, smash that like button for me. That supports this channel and the growth, the spread of this message, everything. Remember one thing, people will make this and move out. Wave 1, if you miss this, okay, not bad. That's the first time. Wave 2, you don't have another chance. What you should be doing is securing your profit, moving into the hard real assets, and then enjoying your life. So guys, if you received value, again, smash that like button for me. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.